Hey, welcome back. Slab Squatch Sports Cards here. Figured we'd give this another go. Have another case of these Celebration Megas. I'm kind of liking these things. Have a few cases sitting around. Had a nice holiday today. Thought we'd do another case. This is a bit of a weird case. When I first ordered my first case from Topps, I accidentally ordered a case and a box. So when I went back to order another one, I was only able to order 19 loose boxes. So I have 19 boxes plus a box that I got from GameStop to complete a 20 box case. And that's what we're ripping. McMahon, Riley Green, that's a confetti and a hollow foil. Trout, 8-bit. Living in the low rent district again, but it's okay. These are fun rep. I still think they're kind of underpriced. They actually are still in stock at Dick's of all places. If you look online, it's Vladdy 1991, Cags, and Game Day. I'm going to try to fly through these as much as I can. So they're starting to dry out at a lot of places. Crochet, that is a confetti. Ellie 8-bit and Bobby Perennial. But Dick's Sporting Goods still has them in stock for MSRP. So if you want some, you better get them. I think they're probably not going to make it too much longer. Cheerio Game Day. It's not really my MO to rip on camera, nor is it to rip what everybody else is ripping. I've seen a ton of videos of this lately. But I had some sitting around, felt like ripping something today, so that's what we're doing. And I might play around with some editing a little bit. I need to figure out how to do that stuff. Brian Bayo, confetti. Julio, Game Day. Something you want to watch for in this set, Edmundo Sosa, rainbow foil. Nolan McLean, 1991, Jeter, 8-bit, Scooble Perennial. So particularly the mascot, the hidden mascot, are easy to miss. After my last video, someone mentioned, hey, you might want to check your base for a hidden mascot, the way you're flying through them. It's a confetti of the A's. And sure enough, checked through my base and found a hidden mascot. And it was Bubba Chandler, just the base hidden mascot. But still, that's a nicely short printed card. I think there's like 230 on the print run. There's some overturned stuff here. Terrain confetti. We've got Pearson Ole on the hollow foil and a Giancarlo opening day foil. Print run 650 on those. Oh, I'm zoomed out. What are we doing? So pretty easy to miss the hidden mascots if you're not really looking at all the base. And I'm not quite sure if it was mixed in with the base or if it was near the end of the pack. There's a numbered card. That is Joey Bart, yellow hollow foil to $3.99. But nonetheless, check your base cards. Look for a hidden mascot on there. It's only a 20 card set, so kind of the top end players is the ones you want to look at if you got to look through all your base. There's a Victor Scott confetti. Last case was okay, not terrible. We did pull 2 red to 5 mascots, both color matches. One was the Red Sox and one was the Reds. I did sell one of those. The Red Sox mascot sold pretty quickly when I listed it on eBay. It was A couple $100. Pretty happy with that. Acuna 8-bit. The last year's version of the Celebration Megas are going for about $95 on David Adams, and there is no way. There's a Miz confetti. That's fun. There's no way those should be more than these. These are actually a little bit better for pretty much everything that you can hit. Let's see how many parallels we got. 12 parallels, that box. And you're at, I think I averaged, on the last case, I averaged 49 inserts a box over the entire case. You know, that's a pretty good floor for a $50 box. Let's do this guy. This here is the one and only GameStop Mega. The rest are all directly from Topps. Still got 2 cases of these sitting here. Every time I look at Dick's, I just buy another one. I had gotten a couple off Topps as well. Because I think they're going to go up. I really do. They're starting to dry up. And if last year's are $95 a box, I don't see any reason why this year's shouldn't be. They did get rid of the big head parallels, so that's a bummer. Those are really cool on last year's set. Get my organization down here. Ended up being a pretty long video last time, something like 2.5 hours, split into 2. I'll try to make it a little quicker this time. Ohtani game day. It's always good. I feel like we're due something kind of big. The last case didn't get any autos, not a single auto. Alejandro Kirk confetti. Like I said, we did get 2 reds to 5 on the mascots. We got a gold hidden mascot last time. We ended up getting that base hidden mascot, Bubba Chandler. Hunter Brown confetti. Bobby Perennial. Ricky Henderson, Jazz. These can kind of lull you to sleep a little bit because you'll go a bit and not really hit anything. But you know, there are some monsters in here too. I've seen a lot of people pulling. There's Acuna confetti. There is Taylor Trammell on the holofoil. Seeing people pulling all aces, all kings, all the good stuff out of these. It's funny because the odd sheet doesn't say that. It says that all aces are, no, I got them backwards. It says that, yeah, it says that all aces are possible to pull. Oh, there's an auto, our first auto. Look at that. Jacob Marcy on the Stars auto base. Oh, and this was the GameStop box too. So I've opened a case and a half from Topps. Haven't had a single auto. Opened one GameStop box and got an auto. Maybe not the best auto in the world, but I don't think he's terrible. Which means that we can hope for another auto in this case. Another confetti. Mizorowski 8-bit. Autos fall about 1 per case. My math said 1 in like 20.8 boxes. So you should get one in a case generally, although I did not get one in my last case. Bailey Ober confetti, Kevin Gossman holofoil. Numbered cards should fall every 1.3 boxes, 1.4. If you compare them to last year, numbered cards are slightly easier to hit. Autos are slightly harder to hit. Last year it was 1 in 18.5 boxes to hit an auto. This year it's a little bit more. A Soler confetti. That's Jonathan Aranda opening day foil. So a lot of people are saying those are 1 per box. They are not. They are 1 in 16 packs. There's 14 packs in a box. There's a Ripken 8-bit. So they're not really 1 per box, though you will usually get an opening day foil in a box. But it's not guaranteed. And there's a number to 150. Let's see who that is. Casey Mize, blue hollow foil to 150. Zach Maxwell confetti. Last pack of box 2. These are rainbow foil. Soto Titans, Chase Burns 8-bit. All right, there's box 2. We got an auto and 12 parallels. Not too shabby so far. 2 boxes in. I would really love nothing more than to hit an all aces or all kings. I know they're extremely tough. But I also know they're in there. According to Top, the all kings were not pullable from these boxes. But there have been, I've seen numerous instances where people are pulling all kings. So we know they're possible. If you follow my product breakdowns, there will be probably 2 of them releasing tomorrow. We've got 2 things going up for pre-sale on Tuesday. One of them is Topps Chrome UFA competition, or UCC, Topps Chrome UCC. And the other one is that Toy Story release, Jeremiah Jackson confetti. And pretty awesome, we have odds on both of those releases already, even before They go up for pre-sale, like several days before pre-sale. We had odds on both of those. So that's kind of been uncommon lately. I will take it. I'll take it. Because what I do relies solely on having access to an odd sheet. It allows me to do nice in-depth breakdowns. If you don't follow me for my breakdowns, check me out on X. Luke Rayleigh Confetti. It's at Wax Metrics on X. We go pretty deep on any new product when they release the odds. Figure out all kinds of things, print runs and production numbers. See what the hit rates look like, even on the retail formats. Rainbow foil. Judge, Kurtz, and Trout. So, since we have the odds, but it's still early on those two products, there's some things we don't know. It's kind of holding me up a little bit. Namely, we don't know pricing, nor do we know box dynamics. I have no idea what that Toy Story box dynamics are going to look like. Looks like it might be we have a walk this way. The man of the hour, Joe Adell. The guy robbed 3 home runs last night. Oh, and I'm throwing the card all over. Walk this way, print run is 230 of each card. So that'll play. That's not too bad. Josh Young, Confetti. I've been picking up some of these walk this ways and dugout peaks. So in this product, the 3 rarer inserts are the walk this way, Jordan Beck Confetti, Bubba Chandler holofoil, the dugout peaks, and the hidden mascots. And all the print runs are pretty much the same on all those. Oh, yep, right at 230 on each of those. So that's pretty rare. 230 copies is pretty scarce. If you compare that to Austin Wells Confetti, if you look at most, say Ohtani inserts, he's got ones that are way more common than that go for way more money. Yeah, I picked up a couple of the Walk This Way Ohtani for like $100 a piece. Caleb Durbin pink holofoil. That's fairly rare. That's print run 1160 on that. So for a print run of 230 on the Walk This Way, for the Ohtani specifically, and the card's only going for $100, that seems a little undervalued. If you think about it this way, Austin Riley Confetti, compare it to the All Kings. Okay, I know an All Kings is a fantastic looking card. Totally different than anything else they've had until just recently. But the All Kings is a print run of 270. So the Walk This Way, there's 40 fewer copies than the All Kings, and it goes for $100, where the All Kings Ohtani goes for like $5K plus. Pretty crazy. Sean Murphy Rainbow foil. And I understand value is not specifically related to print run. It's also desirability. Maybe the Walk This Way and dugout peaks aren't super desired. But it's never bad to have a low print run card. Owen Casey Confetti. There's an opening day of Ohtani, Soto, and Schwab. Opening day foil. That's pretty cool. Only got one numbered card so far, I believe. Just the one yellow. All right, so this box, we got to walk this way. We got an opening day. 12 parallels, including a pink. It's not a bad little box. I think that might have paid for itself. Let's see if we can get another auto out of this case. Since the only auto came out of a box that wasn't in the case to begin with. I've got so many of these base cards. I was cataloging all my cards and putting them away. I had on the low end about 10 and on the high end about almost 40, like 36 copies of each card. So obviously some are way more printed than others. But so we had at least 10 sets. Sunny Gray Confetti, Sean Burke holofoil. I don't really put sets together though. It's not really what I do. Especially on these when you can get the set later in the year for pretty cheap. And it includes the whole thing, Series 1 and Series 2. I did make some sets of the insert sets. That was fun. I put together 5 sets of the mascots. Clayton Kershaw Confetti. That is another opening day, and it's another leaders card. So it's Skeens, Yamamoto, Christopher Sanchez. It's not bad. Could be worse. And it was kind of funny. I used those mascot sets to give away to some of my followers. I made this post that was really boring, had a lot of numbers in it, stuff that no one was interested in whatsoever. And it was kind of intentional. Wanted to see who the real ones were, who would read through all the riffraff to the very end of the post. And I was like, if you're still with me and you have a youngster that'd be interested in a mascot set, let me know, you can have one. Altuve Confetti. So I had 5 of them to give away. I made the post it was about 2 in the morning. It was really late. And within about 20 minutes, they were all spoken for. Thought that was kind of neat. Rainbow foil. Shows that people read my long, boring posts. Which is humbling to me, you know? I'm a bit of a nerd. I get deep in the weeds with some of this stuff. Peyton Tolley Confetti. Do a lot of stats, a lot of numbers, because that's how my brain works. And people seem to enjoy it. We're a little over 6,000 followers now on X. But the idea is value. My whole objective is to help people figure out where we can still find value in some of these products. So many products are just so overpriced. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yoshida Confetti. And they just get more expensive every year. So you see what kind of stuff I'm opening. Spencer Horwitz Rainbow Foil. I believe a product like this has good value. Has a good floor with all the inserts, all the stuff, the short prints, 40 some inserts to a box, 12 parallels. We have a Bryce Matthews yellow hollow foil to $3.99. Brandon Marsh confetti. So I think a product like this, if you wanted to, you could split it up, sell some of your stuff back, and really like nickel and dime your way back, claw back to, you know, you're not going to get more than what you spend every time. But you will a lot more often on this than you will with a lot of other products. Red Sox confetti. I like this Bo Jackson card. I like the 91. It's very reminiscent for me. I was like 14 years old when I was collecting that. And I'm a big fan of the 80s and 90s players. Bo Jackson was one of my favorites. Last pack of box 3. And nothing doing. 12 parallels, including a yellow, and I thought we had an opening day in that one. Maybe not. All right, let's move on. Keep my stacks neat here. I'm sorry, that was box 4, not box 3. So this is number 5. $20 boxes in the case. I may end up doing something again, like giving away some mascot sets or something. I'm not sure. Caleb Durbin confetti. If I do, I'm going to make sure it's to some people that are paying attention. So it'll probably be buried at the end of a long, boring post. Another 1991 Kirby Puckett. And they don't know it yet because they just went out a few days ago. I don't know if anybody's received them, but I also threw a game day drip set in each one of those. So they got a couple little insert sets for the kids. Sonny Gray, this is a gold, numbered to 2026. And a Zach Neto confetti. Ryan Jeffers hollow foil. Ohtani. I mean, 2 Ohtani inserts back to back. That's how you nickel and dime your way back. Bobby Vladdy. We have a confetti of baseball BFFs from the Cubs. It's like Pete Crow and somebody, I don't know. Tariq Skubal, this is an opening day foil. 1 in 16 packs. Print run 650. Roman Anthony, 8-bit. I will go through the base. There's a Bobby 1991. Gosh, I love those cards. If you've opened any of Hobby of this, Hobby or Jumbos with the silver packs, I absolutely love those 1991 chromes in the silver packs, especially the autos, which are really tough this year. Brady House, Confetti, Ryan Nelson, holofoil. I ran some numbers and it came up to, in the silver packs, the autos fall something like 1 in 21 packs. And you only get 1 per hobby and 2 per jumbo. Roman Anthony, Confetti. That's cool. Otani game day. Definitely get the names in here. So yeah, 1 in 21 silver packs. And then the parallels of those, I think it was 1 in 6 packs or something. Will Warren rainbow foil. Francisco Alvarez, Confetti. I will go through after all this is done, look through all my base to make sure I didn't miss any hidden mascots. It was funny, last time I hit a gold hidden mascot of Acuna, and I noticed it was gold right away. It did look a little bit different than the normal golds numbered to 2026. It looked a little more gold and not so bronze. But I didn't even realize it was a hidden mascot. I was like, well, that's weird. This gold is numbered to 50, not 2026. Eventually, I saw the mascot peeking out on there. Jacob Wilson, Confetti. I think we're about due for a big hit. Feel like something good's gonna happen. Vladdy profiles. There's Cags. I didn't intend to rip 2 cases of this. I just bought cases because I think they're gonna rise in price. And I still think they will. It's the last pack of that box. $12 parallels, including a gold in the opening day. That was box 5. 15 to go. I'm really curious on something. I've got, out of last year's Fanatics Fest boxes, I hit a redemption, and it was a Juan Soto All-Star Auto. So it was the Series 2. That's what the Fanatics Fest product was. Dalton Rushing Confetti. And I hit a Soto. It was the Platinum 101 of the All-Star Autos. Redemption. Haven't received it yet. It's been a while. It's been over 6 months now. Brian Abreu Rainbow. And I have heard some rumblings of, and it's apparently been confirmed by Topps employees, that if it's been over 6 months, they will substitute your redemption, if you wish, at 200% of value. Cody Clemens Confetti. Now, IPC Soto. It's him and Griffey are probably my biggest PCs. So I'd love to have it. However, there's a lot of Soto cards I'd rather have than his 25 Topps Series 2 1/1 auto. So if they were going to replace it at 200%, I would be absolutely elated for that. I think there could be an argument made that it's at least a $1,200 card. I mean, I did list the redemption before I sent it off just to see. I listed it pretty high. Offers, I had offers up to about $1,200 on it. I think there could be an argument made that it's a $1,200 to $1,500 card in hand. So if Topps was willing to do 200% of that, I would be absolutely willing to do that. Now, something they've had recently, my son and I go to the National every year. And for the last few years, they've had these, I guess, kind of redemption boxes. They're trying to get all the redemptions off the books. So if you have an outstanding redemption that's been outstanding for over 120 days, they will swap you out with some boxes. There's an Imanaga Confetti, Agustin Ramirez Pink Hollow Foil. And these boxes are, it's one card. It's kind of a repack box, but it's straight from Topps. And it looks to be stuff that was never redeemed. Stuff they had sitting around. And some of the stuff is really good. Brandon Fott Confetti, Varsho Opening Day Foil. We were seeing some monsters pulled out of those boxes. So they value them at $100. If your redemption is worth $100, they'll give you a box. If it's worth $300, they'll give you 3 boxes. Now, if it's worth $1,500, I don't know. I haven't had a redemption that I've swapped out that was that value. Will they double it? Can I get 30 boxes for it? I don't know if I could. I don't know. I don't know what they would do. I could swap it for an equal value card. Gosh, I guess it would have to be something like an Ohtani or Judge. But it's hard to swap out a 1 of 1 for something that's not a 1 of 1. There's a Vladdy Rainbow Foil. But I suspect I could find something that would work. So I think I'm going to talk to them at the National this year, see what we can make happen. See what they're willing to offer to get it off the books. Carson Williams Confetti. It seemed like the floor on those redemption boxes, last pack, was something like $75. I mean, we probably saw 10 of them that people had opened. Ian Seymour Confetti, Tommy Edman Hollow Foil. And the cards were pretty solid. They weren't $5 cards. 12 parallels seems to be the norm. Excuse me. So if I could get a stack of these boxes to swap out for the redemption, could be a good chance to, I don't know. I mean, there would be some good value in it, I'm sure. It would be tough to trade a 1 of 1 of a person IPC for who knows what, you know. But you know, they have some monster cards sitting around their warehouses. And I can tell a lot of this stuff because when I run the numbers on the odds, Mason Barnett, Confetti, Joe Adell Hollow Foil, I can tell how much is withheld, how much product is withheld based on the odds. Which I'll make some videos on that here coming up. I'll walk some people through some odd sheets and some spreadsheets. I know it's straight up nerdism, but there were some people that expressed some interest. If you read my product breakdowns, you know that they can be Kind of a long, unwieldy beast. Take some time. Kevin Gossman, Confetti. And I think it would present well as a video, because there's kind of a lot involved in those, a lot of things going on. If I could explain it verbally, I think they would work fairly well to those that are into that kind of stuff, of course. Taylor Trammell Confetti, Edward Cabrera Opening Day Foil, print run 650. So I'll do some of those and walk you through what I see when we're breaking down these products. Show you what it looks like when there's held back product. But anyway, they hold back some good stuff. Brian Wu Rainbow Foil. A lot of times there are even one-of-ones that are not released in the product and they're held back. And it's kind of a necessity, you know. If you get a one-of-one and it's damaged, they've got to replace it with something. And if you get a one-of-one, you're going to want another one-of-one. Julio Rodriguez Confetti. So it's necessity for them to hold back some of these coveted hits as replacements. And I believe a lot of those are what was in these redemption boxes at the National. They had a whole wall of them, just a massive amount of them. Oh, we have something numbered to 25. Okay. Otani, Mizurowski, Basayo, Acuna. I didn't see what it is. I saw something numbered to 25. So we're going to flip it over and sweat. We do. It's an orange. It's upside down. Carlos Rodon, pink confetti. This is a bright orange. What is that? Boston? Is this going to be a mascot? Probably. Could it be an auto? And it's, what is this? Oh, Trevor Story, Walk This Way. Orange to 25. Probably could have been a bigger name, but I'll take the hit. With the right name, that could be a nice card. Several $100s. So we've had a couple instances where Cubs confetti, where they've busted out all the, went in the archives, busted out some stuff so they use to take care of customers. I don't know if you remember, in 2022, it was 2022 Chrome, Topps Chrome. You had some really good rookies that year. Bobby Witt, Julio. And it turns out they didn't make it into 2022 Chrome. They were supposed to be short prints, only they were no prints. They ended up putting 0 of them into the product. Of course, everybody was looking for those cards. Didn't take long. Brian Hayes Confetti. We have a hollow foil of some National League wins leaders. Judge 8-bit and Ellie Perennial. Didn't take long before people figured out, hey, there's none of them popping up on eBay. There's no Bobby Witt Topps Chrome cards. Where's Julio? And they couldn't just hold on to that one. They had to admit there was some fault there. So they released the silver packs. So if you purchased a box of 22 Topps Chrome, you could get, you know, a silver pack for a hobby and 2 for a jumbo. And in those silver packs, Kyle Stower's confetti. So within the silver packs, they did put the short print rookies. Not in every pack. They were still hard to get. 12 parallels in that box. They were still very hard to hit. Most of your silver packs were just cards, just chrome base cards. Box number 8. But the point of the story is they also emptied out the archives. Well, not emptied, but you know, dug into the archives, and they threw a lot of extra cards in those silver packs. There were some absolute monsters coming out of those silver packs. And they didn't have anything to do with 2022 Topps Chrome. It was stuff that was older, stuff that was rare, just weird, crazy, random, off-the-wall hits in some of those. They were hard to hit, but there were some in there. I saw someone pulled a Judge. I want to say it was either a Bowman Chrome rookie auto, or a Topps Chrome rookie auto. But it was a red rookie auto numbered to 5 of Judge. I think that was my buddies at Real Breaks. Hit that card. I mean, that's a big card. And they pulled it out of those silver packs from 2022 Topps Chrome that with the missing hits, you know? Jonathan Aranda confetti. So these redemptions for the redemptions they wanted to get off the books, these boxes they'll sub you out for, seem to be the same type of thing. The girl has her dog with her. Just weird random cards that they had sitting around. So I may see what I can do at the National about getting some of those in exchange for... I have a couple of decent redemptions sitting on the books. I have the Soto that I talked about. I also have a Roki Sasaki from Topps Chrome. It's the one of the lava lamp autos. Should have some decent value to it. Still unredeemed. It's been on the books for, I don't know, 6 months or more probably. So we're hoping to have a good little National this year in Chicago. Mike Trout, confetti. My son is 14. He's been to every National with me since 2018 in Cleveland. Jose Ramirez, we got Julio. He was like 6 years old in Cleveland. Just a little guy. So he's going on, I think this is, gosh, he's like 8th or 9th National this year he's going to. Confetti, Acosta. Kind of our little guys trip we do every summer. Grant Taylor, confetti. Acuna profiles. So we love it in Chicago. We love it there. I guess it's there this year and next year. Trey Turner confetti. And it seems like they voted for the one after that to be in Detroit, which was a little bit surprising. I expected it would be Atlanta because that was the final 2 options. I'm sure we'll go to it. We'll figure it out. we have a backwards big ticket players. That's probably a pink, if I'm guessing. 4 backwards cards in this one. Felix Bautista, confetti. Andrew Vaughn, holofoil. Milwaukee Brewers, opening day. And a pink Mike Trout, big ticket players. So I just checked the print run on the big ticket players, and that is $9.60 per card. Last pack. All right, let's check our parallels. 11 parallels that box, including a paint. Whole stack of inserts as usual. That was box number 8. Moving on to number 9. 51 minutes in. We'll probably split this into 2 videos. So our best hits so far have been the orange Trevor Story Walk This Way, Joe Adele Walk This Way, and the Jacob Marcy auto. Nothing too crazy. It's weird, they're upside down. Haven't seen any like that yet. JT Ginn confetti. This is weird. There's 3 cards in the front that are turned upside down. Haven't seen any except these last 2 packs that look like that. There's an Ohtani Stars of MLB. You know there are parallels of Stars of MLB. They're extremely tough to hit. Looks like they're... Let's check. Oh gosh. The most common parallel is the green, and it's 1 in 10,693 packs of these celebrations. And it gets harder from there. The reds are something like 1 in 300,000 packs, so I don't suspect we'll be seeing a parallel with Stars of MLB. And that's probably for the best. If you get a nice rare parallel, who wants to waste it on a Stars of MLB? Got an A's confetti. We've got a hollow foil of average leaders. Three upside down cards again. Mizorowski confetti, that's a good one. Cags 8-bit. It'll be interesting to see what happens with 25 Topps Chrome football. It just went up for pre-order a few days ago. I tried to get some jumbos. I was shut out on those. Cags 1991. We have an Ohtani Titans and a Griffey 8-bit. I was able to secure a case of Megas. At this point, with no odds, I don't know. I haven't been able to figure what the best format will be for those. As soon as we see odds, I will work on it feverishly until I know that information. Ryan McMahon, confetti. Hayden Birdsong, opening day foil. Surely they'll have odds before actual release date. I think in Topps Chrome Basketball, I want to say it was a few days, maybe up to a week after the product came out, before the odds came out. Cam Devaney, rainbow foil. Aroldis, all Topps team. A Bobby 8-bit, Otani perennial. And that was a monster set. I'm telling you, that set was gigantic, and I expect every bit of that from Topps Chrome Football as well. Just to give you an idea, 90 million cards in the Topps Chrome Basketball set was total production. Ben Williamson, confetti. Roman Anthony, 8-bit. To compare, 2025 Topps Chrome Baseball had something like 67 million cards produced. So it was like a 35-36% increase in production from Topps Chrome Baseball to Topps Chrome Basketball. There's that's a lime green confetti. I wish it was a better player. Those are tough. I didn't hit one of those in my last case. In a case and a half, I did not hit one single lime green confetti. So those are not numbered, but the print run is 50 on those, or right at 50. Tough to hit. So yeah, I'm expecting the production of Topps Chrome Football to be massive. I don't think it'll be as big as basketball. I hope it's not. This football, Kyle Backus, confetti. This football class of 2025 is not near as good as the basketball rookie class they have going right now. So hopefully it will be somewhat less than 90 million cards in that release. Regardless of what it is, those prices are going to be, they're going to spike pretty crazy. It didn't take long before I figured out, after diving into the odds, that on the basketball release, the hangers were the best value. Not because they were the cheapest, but because they offered the cheapest, most cost-effective way to hit most of your big hits. There's a Bernabel confetti, Augustin Ramirez hollow foil, Otani 8-bit. People were getting really good hits out of just the little cheap $20 hangers. So they disappeared quickly off all the shelves. And then when you could find them, they were pretty expensive after that. All right, that's the end of that box. We have a lime green confetti. 12 parallels, that box. Stack of inserts, and I think that's number 9. All right, 1 to go in this half. As I've mentioned, this is not really my jam, ripping cards on camera, but if I have a unique perspective on something, or something that not everybody is, there's not a million people out there ripping it, I plan to keep doing some of this. Cal Raleigh confetti, CJ Abrams hollow foil, So I've got, let's see, what have I got? I've got some stuff coming. I've got 10 boxes of Topps Japan series on the way. I ordered those on release day. Of course, that was in Japan, so it takes them a while to get here. I think they just made it to my reshipper, so I should... might still be a bit before I actually have them in hand. But I haven't seen anyone opening any of that, so I'll probably rip those on camera. Not expecting a lot. Those things are somewhere between a US mega box and a hobby box. Spencer Horwitz confetti. Otani game day. So both in price. Conversion on the price, I think they were like $84 a box US. It was like 13,200 yen. Now when you factor in reshipper fees, import fees, it'll be substantially more. Kerry Carpenter rainbow foil. Hopefully not too much more. You don't really know until it happens, but it was worth it to check them out. There's some pretty popular stuff in there. Although those are getting harder to hit stuff in. In years past, Japan was really good. Matthew Boyd confetti. And they're look like a little rougher this year. But I think that's why they're cheaper. It used to be a completely different set. They had their own checklist. Every card had a Topps Japan logo on it. And we have a something to 99 right there. But I don't think that's the case this year. I think it's just regular base Series 1 cards. And then some of their own inserts. That's a Nick Kurtz green hollow foil to 99. Color match. In the Japan series, the cherry blossoms are always super popular. They're numbered to 99, but they sell like they're more rare than that. In years past, they were pretty much one per box. Troy Melton confetti. But I believe this year it's more like every other box. So I'm not expecting a whole lot from those. But maybe there won't be just a million YouTubers ripping those. Maybe I can be some of the first ones out there. Skeens profiles. So stuff like that. It's not super common. I plan to keep doing this. I don't plan to keep ripping cases of Celebration Megas though. Wu-Tang. Chapman in the Wu-Tang drip. I saw someone trying to make a case for that card, trying to say that's a Wu-Tang rookie card. That the price should be priced accordingly. Daniel Schneemann confetti. CJ Kafis opening day foil. Bobby. If you grew up in the 90s like me, you know about Wu-Tang. Rest in peace, ODB. Tristan Peters confetti. Haven't seen any parallels of the mascot cards. You know, something that sells decent is the mascot autographs. There's a Judge rainbow foil. Be really cool to pull one of the Dynasty. Those are really rare. We've got these really thick, cool Dynasty patch autos of the mascots. Some of the mascots. Those carry some pretty good value. We have a gold coming up. It's a Didier Fuentes gold, numbered to 2026. There's 2 numbered cards in that box. That'll work. Will Vest, Confetti. So our best pull in that box was a Nick Hertz green to 99. 13 parallels that box. We're going to top load him. He hasn't started off the year very hot this year. He'll be back. He's too good of a hitter to stay slumping for too long. All right, that does it for the first half of that case. I feel like there's some good things coming. But we're an hour 5 in. I'm going to go ahead and give this the pause. Then we'll start on the next half.